And we're back. Long time, babe. Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
we're
been a long
very.
time. I'm going to talk about that in the next however long we're on. We've got it in for an hour. It might not last an hour, but we'll see where we get to with that. But like I say, it's a bit of a catch up as well to see how you've all been doing. Hope you had a lovely Christmas and a good New Year. Let's hope 2022 is a good one for us all, getting back to the magic. I know we're looking close to May, aren't we? May we go, May the 25th. There's your mum. Hi, Kaz. Yep. So we're going May. We're going to talk about that a bit later, aren't
Yeah.
we? That sort of things. So where we've been, why we've been quiet. It's a bit of a hard one, really, because we were doing these shows, the Scouse Club House, for a good number of weeks, weren't we? And we were enjoying it. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Becca and Ben.
Hi,
nice
guys.
to see you. I hope your Christmas went well, Ben and Becca, and your New Year went really, really well. I hope so. Anyway, so this is probably going to be a little bit difficult for me and Sarah this next page because we were doing our live shows and we were enjoying it. We were like getting into the community, Disney community, interacting with everyone. Hi, Dawn and Gary. Welcome in.
Hi, guys.
And we were really, really enjoying it, and we've not been active on this channel anyway.
I think it was
I've just looked. The last live stream was 10 months ago.
the one that we'd done.
Yeah, I know. I've been doing the football show with John and Charlie, but I'll be honest with you, that show's been more of a therapeutic thing for myself to escape from everything that's been going on. Hi, Nick. Welcome in, guy.
Hi, Nick.
Yeah. So basically what had happened was we'd stopped in the March and we were having a couple of weeks off, and then a couple of weeks turned into like a couple of months, and we were getting ready to go back and do it again in the summer. But as you know, we had a lockdown between Christmas and May of last year. So we live up in Cumbria. We can't get to the family as easy as everyone else. And we went down for the last bank holiday weekend, didn't we, of May?
Yeah.
And the plans was we went down on the Friday, we were going to come back home on the Monday. And then King and Queen of the Fantasy. Hi, Charlie. I hope you're doing well with your dose. I know you're off getting your dose at the minute. So Is vaccine, yeah, but it's the dose vaccine, potato, and all that. Yeah, so we was the plan was go to Sarah's mum and dad on the Saturday, which we did, and then on the Sunday we got a phone call off friends saying, do you know what, while you're down, why don't you come to get a barbecue with us? So we went, yeah, do you know what, we'll go to my mum and dad's in the morning, spend a few hours with my mum and dad, and then we'll go to the barbecue and then see my mum and dad on the way up. Unfortunately, it just didn't turn out like that. You see, we went to see mum and dad, and then it's going to be hard. And we were all having a laugh and a joke. Me and my dad, we were all having a laugh and joke in the back garden, as we always do. You know, he showed me his tomato plants and all that. And then he went for his little lie down. He said he had a little bit of pain in his back and something like that. So he said he needs to go for a lie down. So he went for a lie down, and it was really weird because my relationship with my dad is one of definitely a typical Scouse father and son relationship, wasn't it? You know, I know, Dawn, thank you. Yeah, will do. And he'd phone up Sarah and say, are you coming down? Don't you be bringing him. Don't be bringing him. And I'd shout over the shoulder to say, I'm coming down to annoy you, Dad. That's what I'm coming down for. And it was just weird because that's the way we were. We weren't like all lovey-dovey with each other. We just like to have the banter between each other. And it was strange because my dad went for a lie down and he said to me mum and Sarah, can you get Stephen to come and give me a rub on the back, me back sore. So I went in and gave him a rub, and I made sure he was all right. He said he was hot, so I went up the loft and got him a fan, put the fan there, And the last thing he said to me was, Stephen, just tell them to leave me alone. I've just got to get this through. And that's it. And then, so thought nothing of it. We're out in the back garden where we were the kids, you know, playing football with the kids in the back garden and whatnot. And then a couple of hours had gone by and my mum come out and said, Stephen, Albert, he's white. I said, what do you mean he's white? No, my dad has a tan. You know, he keeps hold of a tan. It's not like me. I don't take after me dad. I take after my mum, the Scottish half. So I went in and he was pale. And then I couldn't see his chest moving. So I asked my mum to just go. I asked Sarah to take my mum away. And then I went over to him. His heart had stopped. He was cold to the touch. So straight away, I pulled him off the bed, got him on the solid floor and started CPR on him. I was doing that for about 15, 20 minutes. And then unfortunately, the ambulance fella come and he said, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. He's gone, you know. So that was the plans of the weekend just thrown up. We ended up spending the next 3 weeks at my mum's, organising the funeral because, you see, with my mum's only got one arm. She lost an arm. My dad was the main caregiver and she has a catheter, so the bags have to be changed from day through to night. So we ended up spending the first 3 weeks there with my mum doing that. And also we knew there was something wrong with my mum and her memory. You know, memory wasn't quite right. So she was having tests. She'd had the CT scan and all that. And then about a month after my dad's funeral, we went down to the memory clinic with my mum. And it was there where she got diagnosed with mixed dementia, vascular and Alzheimer's dementia. So she has trouble with the words. She always had trouble with the words, remembering the words. I'll just give you the kind of decline she's had in the last 7-8 months. Is she scored in mid-range on the test. I can't remember the name of the test.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, but she just had an assessment last week and she scored 7 out of 30. So her cognitive skills are just completely deteriorating now. So we go down, well, I go down every weekend, or I have one weekend off a week. My brother does Monday to Friday, doesn't he? Monday to Thursday, yeah. Sorry, yeah. And then I'm down over weekend, and then sometimes, Georgie saying, same as my dad. Yeah, it's.
And Dawn and Gary as well.
Aye, and we know, and that's something we want to just pick up on, because Dawn and Gary were definitely one of them. There's been a few of you actually. There's been loads of you have got in contact privately, and you know, and wished us well. Said, you know, how you're getting on. You're always here for you. I mean, Del and Jen at the Get Binky Day sent us a little gift and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's why we wanted to do this as well, because the outreach we got from the community has been second to none. It's been brilliant, you know, real great support. It's nice to know that there's so many people out there thinking of you when you're going through something like this.
Yeah, we just didn't want to think we just disappeared, and you know, there was no reason behind it. But like I say, the amount of support that we've had over the last 7 months has been unreal. It really has, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. And we spoke to you, Dawn, about that. Yeah, it's just one of them things that you can't put into words. You know, you know what grief's like when you lose someone. To lose them the way I lost them, where I had to get them off the bed, and then your mum being diagnosed with dementia and stuff like that. It's a real, just turns your head upside down. That's something I want to touch on as well, because in the pursuing months, while I might have been putting all the effort into making sure my mum was all right and Sarah and the kids were all right, I wasn't looking after me. I wasn't making sure I was all right, because as far as I was concerned, I was a second-class citizen as far as I was concerned. And my mental health went to the absolute bottom it's ever been. I've never been to where I went to, and I would never want to go there again. I literally drive from the west coast on Cumbria down to Barrow and Furness, and there's a couple of places where I felt like I could just end it. I could just end it now, and then it'll all be gone and over. But then the only thing ever stopped me was my wife, my kids, and my mum. You know, how are they going to cope if I'm not here? Do you know what I mean? And that's when it wasn't until you sat me down, was it, and started talking, got me to talk about what it is and my feelings that was going on. I think men, I think with the world's worst for it. With the world's worst for not talking and, you know, letting people know your feelings and what you're going through. I think when we had that chat and we got it all out in the open, I've never had them feelings again. You know, don't get me wrong, I still feel down. I still feel a little bit depressed. Yeah, it's not a nice place. It's just not a nice place at all. It's, you sometimes think, how do you get out? You know, how do you get away from there? How do you get from where you're at to somewhere where you was just a couple of months ago in a happy place? And I'm lucky. I've got a fantastic wife who supports me with everything, you know, and she knew what to do. She knew she needed to sit me down and talk to me. So I'm really, really lucky. So my heart goes out to the people who aren't as lucky as me when they're in there and they haven't got that support. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I think we definitely need, I reckon the society's getting much, much better than it was, say, when I was a kid growing up in the 80s. You know what I mean?
In terms of people talking, or men, it's. Yeah. I think that is the struggle. I think the hardest thing that we're facing now is the unknown, isn't it? It's like we don't, obviously with dementia. There's no. I know there's not no rule book for many things, but I think with this, literally every single day is different, and I think the hardest part for me is obviously not only seeing you going through it, but seeing the kids.
Yeah.
Obviously, like the kids were there, obviously when it happened, and it's just a hard. I mean, we're still nowhere near the end of it. We're still
no, because there's the getting used to the, you know, the dementia. You know, we've only been dealing with dementia since May last year, really. So it's all learning curve for us. But there's great support out there, like such as the Alzheimer's Society, I want to get a touch on in a minute. And there's other areas like the Red Cross has been fantastic with us as well, giving us support and whatnot. And as soon as you become registered as a carer, you know, the council that you register with the carer, they get in touch with you constantly, see how you're doing, if there's anything that you need as well, you know, getting through it. But with the dementia, it's like, yeah, there's the hard bits, you know, there's the bits where there's the mood swings, there's the bits where, you know, you're trying to figure out what it is my mum's saying because she can't get a word, she can't articulate very well.
It's like sometimes like a game of hide and seek or
charades. Yeah. But you know, there's the bits that you need to try and stop yourself smiling over as well, because my mum, you know, she's adamant that Maggie Smith, the famous actor, went to a school. She's adamant that Lorraine used to knock on her door.
Lorraine Kelly,
you know,
and Leona Lewis sings at a church.
Yeah, and Leona Lewis sings at the church. But you know what? Everyone we speak to about it and have gone through it, and you, Dawn, as well, you've been great in that support in the private chats with us. Is it doesn't matter what dementia you've been diagnosed with, because there's no stepping stone way of going through it. You know, each person is different in how they suffer with dementia. You know, you could get two people of the same age, of the same background, and be diagnosed with the exact same dementia, and they'll both have their own different paths that they're going to go through. And that's just something that we're gonna have to juggle as well. Is you know what the symptoms are, you know what you're gonna end up dealing with. You just don't know what at stage or when you're going to be dealing with it, you know.
Yeah, I think the best way I described it was, it's like a roller coaster that's showing no signs of slowing down or stopping.
Yeah,
I think it's just a difficult one, and I think, like, obviously we've spoken to Dawn quite a bit.
Yeah.
She's been amazing, but everyone's
been amazing.
Everyone has been amazing, but I think speaking to someone, because this was our first time of dealing with anyone with this disease, so we were, and still are, rabbits in headlights, aren't we? I think it's like every day, every week. And as Stephen said, at the minute we're having to travel back to Liverpool, and you don't have that, like, we used to have that, like, excited thing to go home, didn't we? Like, you know, you'd be up here all week, you'd be in work, and then you'd have that, like, excited thing to go home. Now it's like you're in work all week, and then you just don't know what you're going back to.
Yeah, and it's also when we're actually leaving as well on a Sunday or a Monday. Dawn will probably know this as well, is people with dementia get when I've read up, separation anxiety. So when we go and spend the weekend there, so we're there Friday afternoon until Sunday evening, where my brother lives around the corner, so he'll pop in through the evening. He won't spend the actual day there. And what happens is, before we're going, we need to start saying in the morning to my mum, today's the day we're going home, because if you'd have said it on the Saturday, by the time she gets to the Sunday, she would have forgot about it. So you start saying on the Sunday morning, like, today's the day we're going home, but everything's going to be fine. Let's watch some films. Let's do something. You know, do you fancy a big roast? Let's do a big roast and stuff like that. So that by the time it comes to when we're going, it's not as bad. It's still, you still got to console, like, you still got to give her a hug and let her know, look, everything's going to be fine. I'll be in a couple of days. You know, my brother will be over here later. Don't worry, you're not going to be on your own for long. And then then once we've gone, and then say come Monday, Tuesday, she's fine again. But it's that initial leaving, she gets that little bit of a depression, doesn't she?
Yeah, I think it was hard. It was hard juggling the kids as well, wasn't it? Like, I mean, obviously my mum and dad have been brilliant, but the kids stay in my mum and dad's when obviously we're with Stephen's mum. But it's trying not letting them miss out, isn't it, on too much as well, isn't it? Because obviously now our weekends are taken up. We have like the odd weekends off, don't we? But majority of the weekends is taken up obviously looking after your mum.
That's it. And I think you're spot on there, Dawn. I don't think, you know what I mean, before I had to deal with my mum with dementia, I knew what it was, but I didn't know what it entailed. I've done a lot of reading on it, obviously, because I don't want to make any mistakes with my mum. I want to make sure she's getting the right care when I'm giving it to her. You know, like making sure there's not too much of a change for her. You know, don't give her a choice, because you give her a choice, that's when she's going to get flummoxed and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a lot to learn. We've only been dealing with since May, and I think if my mum, hopefully my mum, because they say that from diagnosis that the term's 4 to 8 years. I mean, some people live 20 years on, but my mum's 73 now. So if we can get the 8 years, that'll be great, because she'll be in her 80s. So even if we get the 8 years or more, I still don't think we come out the end of it saying, yeah, we know what dementia is and how to deal with it, because we'd know how to deal with my mum's dementia, but not, say, someone else's.
I think sometimes you feel like you've got a grasp on understanding what you want or things not to do, and then all of a sudden it's something completely different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And it can be up and down through the day. So she'll be in a good mood one minute and a real foul mood the next.
Just like living with you.
I think I should get tested. We know you're hard on. Thank you so much for your support. You've been absolutely brilliant. You have, honestly. People with this disease live very much in the moment as you, that will feel the guilt and the anxiety more.
Yeah, definitely.
Most.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, because, you know, my mum wouldn't remember 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. But if you ask her what happened in 1977, she'll give you it in minute detail.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it is. And what we're waiting for next is the next progression away like that. And that's if it happens to me mum. It might not happen to me mum, where she regresses all the way back in her mind to like some date like that. Who's left, mine or Sarah's?
I think that, to be honest, I think that's one thing where has got us through as well, though, hasn't it? It's just the fact that, you know, as hard as it has been, the fact that we can still make each other laugh in certain stuff. I think it's that it definitely does help.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you what else has helped as well. We're looking forward to Disney in May.
Oh yeah, we've got. Well, we done. We done the August trip, didn't we? Yeah. We done the UK theme parks.
Yeah, but before we go on to that, I just want to mention, because the support you get from like we've had from the Disney community and family as well, and friends as well, you know, we've also had support from the Alzheimer's Society. So I get on there and I'll have a chat with people. They've given us some good little advice and stuff like that. So I'm sort of going new year, old me this year. Well, that's what I'm going to try. What? New Year old me.
New Year old you?
Yeah, New Year old me.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is the new me. Because it's the me now.
Right, okay.
But go back to my old me, what I was 10 years ago.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, a fine figure of a man. So I'm just trying to right, okay, so do that, but what can I do? I want to give something back. So I've signed up for the Trek 26 in the Lake District. It's a walk for Alzheimer's Society, raising money for them who provide some great support.
Mm-hmm.
They've got telephone lines there that you can phone through. They've done some great work through the pandemic as well with people with dementia and stuff. So I just want to do something a little bit back and you know, a target more than just me gut.
Yeah, but you haven't planned it very well, have you? Because you've the date that you're doing the walk. We're back from Florida about 5 days.
It's not me that planned it. Alzheimer's Society put that date in.
Yeah.
Words to live by. New Year old me. I mean, definitely, Nick. Definitely. Hey guys, how you doing? You okay? I seen you tweet you're having your dinner this here today. Nothing more important than spending time with family down the dinner table.
You've probably come in at a good time, guys. It's the first
all the depressing stuff's
all the depressing stuff is out the way. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to be doing a walk Trek 26, and I would love it if you can, please do. If you can't, please don't. Donate. I've put a link when this goes published onto YouTube. The link for the donation page will be there, but I'm just going to put it in here as well. When me tech savvy fingers work, there you go. Right. So please have a think about that. If you can, please do. If you can't, please don't. You know, only donate what you can and what you're willing to donate, please. But it is going to a good cause. The Alzheimer's Society provides such a vital support to those who are living with dementia. Not just the people with dementia, but the people who are caring for people with dementia. Mm. You know, they give there's so much support.
See, that's it. I think that's what, like I say, it's the not knowing, isn't it? It's the not knowing what's out there for you. Because, like I say, Stephen's dad was the main carer, and I think there was always that thing that it was going to be the other way around in terms of your mum and dad.
Yeah, he always felt it was going to be the way, but that's just life.
No, yeah, so everything was set up, and obviously your dad had everything in place, didn't he? Where now your mum's got nothing in place in the sense of anything that she remembers or anything that she knows. So we're having to do everything, basically everything for her, aren't we? And it's
yeah, and luckily enough, we were able to get power of attorney as well. Me and my brother were able to get power of attorney to be able to make them decisions for her, because otherwise it would have been the state who would have been making them decisions for her, which is something that me dad would never have wanted in a million years, or me mum. Thank you. I don't know whether I'd be happy to see this face again. You know what I mean? That's why I don't have a mirror. You know, that's why I'm bald. So I don't look in the mirror. I have to go me here. I don't have to look at myself. Yeah, so we already know this is family to Alzheimer's research to help fund that's another one, Dawn, that I've been looking at and maybe doing a bit of a fundraising for, because you've got the Alzheimer's Society, you've got the Alzheimer's Research Fund. The two for the same causes, if you like, ones to support the people. Because one thing I'll say is there's 4 medications registered in the UK for Alzheimer's or dementia in the UK, and not one of them cure it, not one of them help the symptoms get any better. All of them are just there to design to slow the symptoms down, and it all depends on the patient. And I'll be honest with you, my mum's been on the tablet since July last year, and she's regressed. But cognitive skills are just gone. They just go, and the medicine you can see it from month to month, week to week sometimes, can't you?
Yeah.
But the Alzheimer's Fund, that's the research fund which Dawn's talking about here, that's actually looking to try and find an actual cure, because there isn't one. There's no cure for dementia, as we talk. It's really sad when 1 in 3 of us will go through dementia in this country. We're not even to a cure, you know, which is sad.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, let's move on from that, and we'll go right. What have we got planned to do? Oh no, what have we been doing? Right. So we've been looking after my mum. In August last year, we went to 5. I called them theme parks, but I'd call them more amusement parks around the UK. Apart from Legoland, that's about the only one that's actually got a theme to it. So we've done them, and we've done like videos. So we're going to start putting them out next Saturday. 5 weeks, so 5 videos, and then we're on the 6th week. We're going to come back for another live because we're going. Yeah, I'm just letting you know now. Okay. You just do as you're told. Yeah, so we're going to come back, and we're going to rank them, and we've done them. I'm trying to remember now off the top of my head. We went theming.
Yeah, but where did we go?
We went to Thorpe Park.
In this order?
Thorpe Park, I don't know it's in this order. Do you know what I mean? We went to Thorpe Park, we went to Chesington, we went to Legoland, then we went up to Drayton Manor in Stoke, or Tamworth.
Yeah. Oh, and then Alton Towers.
Alton Towers. Which, by the way, we got a rainy day to sort out with that because it rained for over an hour when we were there. So we're going to be scoring. I mean, because all the parks are different, we've sort of gone like, trying to think of the top of my head now what it was. It was theming, how well the theming was, thrill rides, how good the thrill rides were, how well was it for family orientation, food was one, wasn't it? I can't remember the other one. There's a 5th one. But it just encompasses a way of being able to score them up and give them like a fair score, and then we say who's the best. Yeah. I just want to touch on Dawn coming there. Exactly, the drugs really just took the edge off my mum's for a very short time indeed. Yeah, Dawn, it's so sad that we don't have a cure or anything that works. Because I'll be honest with you, she's on the Nepazil and it doesn't work for me. Gotta go, guys. You both take care of yourselves. Oh, see you later, Ben and Becca. All right, thanks for dropping in. Cheers, bye. Yeah, so we've been to them 5 parks, and we're going to be doing a video each Saturday, setting them out. Just please forgive the first one. The picture quality is awful because I've done it on my phone. You see, I've done it on my phone, and the phone's not the best. So I realised that when I got back to the hotel on that night, and I have to do the rest on the GoPro.
Yeah, because we've done it we'd literally done it one a day, hadn't we?
Yeah,
it was one just, a day, I mean, it was considering. I think we just threw ourselves into it. I think it was more to take your mind off everything, wasn't it? It was like a case of if we're doing this constant, we're not having to think about everything that's just happened.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
like we never stopped.
It was good though.
It was really good.
I really enjoyed it. It made me fall in love with the UK parks again. Do you know what I mean? So
well, we'd never been to out of the 5. We'd never been to 4 of them, was we?
No. I'd only ever been to Alton Towers. Yeah. I'll tell you the last time I went to Alton Towers before this trip, Nemesis was a hole in the ground. That's how long ago I went with the school in my 4th year senior, and that's I'm just.
Go on, what year was that?
Go on, you can gauge how old I am now, couldn't I? Charlie's been ninja watching while driving Sophie back to chorus. You want to stop texting while you're driving, Charlie? Yeah, so we've been doing that. So we're going to set them out over the next 5 weeks, and I think on the 6th one we'll come back. I don't know whether to do live or whether to do another video and rank them. But I think a live would be good to interact with everyone and see what they scored it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, Harrison saying Alton Towers was really fun, yeah. Well, me and Lennon queued up for 2.5 hours for that what's it called? The one with the yellow thing that does spins.
Oh, Smiler. Oh, no, not for me.
2.5 hours listening to that theme tune.
I'll hold the bags.
I think they've got to have the fella in the white coats at the end of that one because it sends you absolutely doolally. No. He's home now, Charlie. Yeah, so that's what we've been doing. That's what's going to come up in the next few weeks. We're going to start releasing them videos. So I hope you enjoyed them ones, but please forgive the quality of the first one. The picture is not great, but I hope you enjoy it anyway. There's little bits of moments where I walk into a tree and stuff like that. Yeah, so please have a look out for that coming in. But what have we got planned? Right. So we got Disney on May the 25th. That's the
finally. That's the rebooking of the cancellation, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the rebooking of the cancellation from September. We were really lucky with that one because obviously we got a really good price in the BA sale, didn't we? Now, the girl who sorted our holidays, I basically said to her, any airport, because where we are now, we're in the stick. So where we have to drive to, it doesn't really matter.
Well, we've got a load of local airports.
Yeah.
We've got Glasgow, Edinburgh, Newcastle, Leeds, Manchester and Liverpool. They're all 2.5 hours away.
Yeah, so it didn't really matter where we were flying from. So I just said to the girl, see what you can do.
We've got all them airports 2.5 hours away, and we've ended up with an airport 8 hours away.
But she come back at Gatwick, but
the logic.
Yeah, I mean, but it was too good to turn down.
Well, it's £1,000. Let's put it this way: it was £1,000 cheaper than Manchester. £2,000 cheaper than Manchester.
Yeah.
You know, and I know the hotels are expensive in the big smoke, but they're not that more expensive. £2,000.
The hotel was cheaper than.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, so the hotel was cheaper.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm gonna put a petition up. You know, because if that's the way it is, then the cost of living up here is dearer than London. So we should be on London wages, and you know, Londoners should be on Northerners' wages, I think.
Yeah. So obviously when it got cancelled and we had to swap it,
I'm sure it's like riding a bike, and Gary, you know, just please do it again because I do enjoy your vlogs. Yeah. Gary, I love Gary. Yeah. Brilliant. I think everyone loves Gary.
So when we swapped it, we're looking for other dates, and with being DVC, we tried to tie it in with the point chart for DVC. The price difference to go in May obviously crept up. Now I argued a little bit. We come
home in June. We come home in June. When you're moving down, Charlie, because I know these have been putting the moving for a while now to get down to Florida from Massachusetts. So it'd be, you know what? It'd just be our luck that we'd be like ships passing in the night.
Yeah.
And we'd
have to extend it for another week.
Sure.
Now obviously after a bit of moaning with back and forwards with BA, they actually price matched the September trip. So it was just like we got a really good deal, didn't we?
Yeah. See, Dawn's saying that's a big saving. It is, and the reason it's a big saving is because I don't know what's going on with Manchester, but the flight prices are ridiculously high. Well, I don't know if Gaz and Andy are still in. I don't know how you're finding it with the flights from Manchester and stuff, because I know you're local to Manchester. But whenever we look on for it, it's coming in at $4,000, isn't it? And stuff like that.
Well, the latest one we've just
looked at. Don't forget, it's for a family of 5.
Yeah. Well, the latest one we've just looked at was $6,000 for the flight, and then but to go from Gatwick it was 2.
Yeah, so you guys come back. Yeah, you're saying it's a nightmare. Yeah,
it's just.
It is.
Well, I think for us the difference in price we looked at all in all, it was £4,000 saving for us to fly from Gatwick with the car and all included for us to fly from Gatwick. So £4,000 saving that you spend and your tickets.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, it's.
And I'll tell you one good tip as well is if you're going to be driving anyway, is fly into Tampa.
That's
because
they seem to.
It seems to be a cheaper thing. Yeah. See, average 4K for 3 of us. See, the 4K we were getting 4K for 5 of us. It's just the mind boggles. And it's only been like that since the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, what we've paid 1.9 for the 5 of us. It's just
air miles flights. Yeah. It's honestly you can start shopping in Tesco's.
Yeah. No, they've stopped it.
They stopped that now.
Stopped it with BA, haven't they? Yeah.
So it's just it's scandalous how much you know.
But I think, I mean, when that man, I know Gaz and Ange have been, and amazing for them to be able to get back, and now
okay for the
Say that's that's what I said. It's just.
Did you fly from Manchester, Gaz? Yeah, or did you have to go from a different airport?
Yeah, that's it. So obviously the fact that the Brits are getting back. I mean, obviously. Gaz and Ange, especially, I'm sorry, Gaz and Ange, but Ollie, he does just steal your shows every time. I think people, I mean, I know I certainly tune in just to see what he's up to.
See, and there's another thing, so I just remind me there, right, because the car hire prices went through the roof as well, and it's all because of these chips. The chips were stuck in, where were they stuck? India. And because of the travel restrictions and stuff like that, they couldn't get them over. Yeah, Manchester to MCO direct.
That's really good. Yeah.
Nectar Cards does Avios points.
Ah, right. Okay. Who's Nectar? Is that Sainsbury's?
BP, Sainsbury's, is
yeah,
it?
we have our Sainsbury's about an hour away. It's like, yeah, it's about an hour
I'll
travel.
just start filling up at the BP.
Yeah.
Get me nectar points on the go. Yeah. So.
But see, Georgie, at Melbourne, that's the new one that Tui are flying into, isn't it? Yeah.
What are you going to Australia for? Why are you going to Australia? You've got Disney World in Australia.
Yeah, that's the new one they're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, Melbourne. Yeah,
but that's it. But I think it's just getting that fix back. Obviously, Gaz and Angel know all about it. Just I think it's been a long time coming for us.
Definitely. Yeah, Gaz is coming with his car hire, $1,000 for 2 weeks.
Wow,
that's
crazy.
That's still steep. That's dear. Yeah, that's dear. What have we got for?
I don't want to tell him now. I don't want to.
No, tell him it's close.
I call it the bodyguard car. You know, the big what is it? The Chevrolet Suburban, the big huge one. And we've got that for 2 weeks for 400. Sorry, guys.
It's them Scousers, guys. It's them Scousers. They're nicking it off them again. Look, hey. Yeah, $1,000 for 2 weeks, madness. What car did you have?
Yeah, so that's chauffeur driven. That's what it was.
Yeah,
it was chauffeur driven.
Yeah. Mustang 5 or something like that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But you know what? It's been that long. We were looking at it. We come back in April 2019, and it's over 3 years since we've been, and we just can't wait to get back. Just can't wait.
And especially even more now, all the vlogs, the UK vlogs are coming out.
I know, that's why I'm sort of getting a bit of a green-eyed monster me with them. You know, it's like, why are you there now?
Yeah.
But it's not. I'm joking. Yeah, intermediate SUV. Ange Pat needed the room.
Yeah, same as well. Yeah.
It's funny you say that, guys. You know, we need one of them when we're going to Liverpool over a weekend for 3 nights. I know you're paying.
So Melbourne's 80 minutes away from Orlando.
80 minutes away from Orlando, which is not bad because Tampa's around about the same, isn't it? 80 minutes away.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think it's something similar.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, Georgie, as well, the one thing I looked at it is if you go to an airport like that, and by the time you get to MCO and then get your car, and we'll get on the Magical Express is gone now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or get your lift up to where you're going. You've probably done all that amount of time and more. It's the first time we're driving. It's a game changer.
Yeah, we couldn't do. If we first got a car in 2016 was our first car, and that was the same for us, because especially with having like younger ones, if they fell asleep, it was just much easier just to put them in the car.
Throw them in. And what I find with it as well, even if we're staying on site and we're only doing Disney, we're not doing anything else, we'll still get a car because you're not going to do Disney every single day.
No.
You know, you want to go off to iDrive, you're going to want to go to Clearwater.
We love Clearwater,
like
don't we?
Yeah. Beaches, have a couple of days in the beach and that. And, you know, just get out and about and see other parts of the area. You know, I like to go and see other parts of the area as well.
And you moan about the amount of shopping that you have to carry.
Yeah, so we've got a big booth, it's still there. I mean, yeah, because that first year we done it. Have you ever been on the iTrolley? The iTrolley with the wooden benches with about 20 bags. It's just not the most comfortable of experiences.
I wouldn't do that again.
Yeah, we usually get a Dodge Caravan and never pay more than £400 usually. Yeah, that's about what you look at, £400. But they've gone.
Have gone extortionate. Yeah.
This probably people could call me a conspiracy theorist or something, you know, but. Since the pandemic, right, so they lost a load of flights and they lost a load of car hire. Me personally, I think what they're doing is they're hiking all the prices up to try and regain some of the money they've lost. You know,
but they're extortionate prices. The cars at the minute, because I know even people over in America, they're even finding it the same, aren't they?
Yeah, and of course, he gets a chauffeur.
Of course he does.
It's called a taxi.
An Uber.
An Uber, yeah. From hotel to Epcot Park entrance is 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah. That's the only park we won't drive to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the cars got to stay there overnight.
Yeah, we don't drive to Epcot.
No, definitely not. That's
a drinking around the world park.
Yeah, definitely. Right? You know, you gotta have that sacky front of your man.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, thank you. No, thank. I'll tell you what, though. Charlie's in, and I watched one of his vlogs that he's put on, and he's done like a competition.
Yeah,
like,
really good. Yeah.
Go and check it out, because do you know what? It's a great idea. It's brilliant. The game's brilliant. I hope you put that second one on, Charlie, because I want to know who's won.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. So, where do we get up to there? As an answer, try shopping at Goodings and carrying all your water and soda bottles in carrier bags, walking back to Disney Springs. No. No. I'm on holiday to enjoy myself, not to put myself through pain. Yeah. Totally agree, Stephen. That's what we think too.
See, Charlie.
Yeah, prices went nuts. Yeah. It is. It's just. I honestly think they're just trying to recoup some of the loss. And you know what? People will pay it though. People will pay. Yeah, what used to cost 300 for 2 weeks went to $3,000 for 2 weeks.
Wow.
It's just ridiculous. It's a nightmare when you lose your keys. Luckily, it's never happened to me. No. I wonder if that's happened to you.
I don't know.
You don't know who that's happened to?
No, not a clue. No. I wonder who'd lose the keys.
Who would lose the keys? I don't know. Stupid. You know, I have them attached to my hip.
Why you check the bag?
The bag.
I'd always check the bag first.
That's it, yeah. Anyway, that's what we've been up to. That's what we're going to do. And it's been great getting in and catching up, which is, who's going, so just before we decide to sign off and call it a night, who's going to Disney this year? When are you going to Disney? Are you going to be there when we're going to be there? And I'll tell you which parks we're going to so you can avoid them.
Was it Fox?
It's been great to be back involved, Dawn. It really has. It's just, it's been one of them things.
Doing this.
It was. Yeah. I was as well.
Like obviously, the start was obviously extremely hard, and you know, obviously without you guys, we probably wouldn't have got through it if it was just
definitely.
You know, just us two maybe just talking and not doing it as a live. I don't think we would have got through it the way we have done.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's great to get involved again. We've missed doing like things like this and getting involved with everyone, because it is great to see how everyone's getting on and you know how you're doing. You know, and in particular, I love seeing. And also, I get the green-eyed monster. I love seeing the vlogs come on. You know, and I love seeing you going over and doing that. So we're doing Ben and Becca's at the minute. And then we'll start sticking in, getting
and then
stuck into.
We're doing Gaz's and Ange's as well.
Definitely.
And then Georgie's going.
Yeah, the 20th of August. Yeah, and then we'll go and do our vlogs and we'll show you how not to do it. You know. You'll be back. The Gaz and Angie going back. Do you know when Gaz and Ange know? Yeah. Speaking of vlogs, we give you the plug. Come on. We're doing nothing to vlog. Oh. Are you not even going to DLP this year, or no? Because I know you guys like DLP. That's something we need to do as well.
Well, that got cancelled as well. Yeah. We went to go
Christmas, between Christmas and New Year. Yeah,
we went to go out Boxing Day and come home the day after New Year's Day. But obviously, like I said, that got cancelled as well. So I think it's just. It's a when we've put it on to see how many days from our last trip to the tip town we go, and it was something like 3 years.
3 years, was, 1 month and 10 days or something silly like that. We never thought we'd be like that. Obviously, you couldn't go in 2020 anyway, but we were never planning going on 2020 because the 50th anniversary, and we planned it to go and do a time of the year that we hadn't done before, which was the Halloween time. Round up to September time last year, and that obviously got cancelled. But there's no way we could have waited until September this year to go. No. You know, I don't think me therapist would have allowed it. You know, we've got to have a weekly chat, don't we? Because we're getting withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah.
So now we have to get Gary sorted. Oh yeah, definitely done.
That comes first.
Definitely comes first. And Gary, all thoughts and everything going out to you, fella. Hope you get better soon. We have DLP annual passes gathering dust. Well, never mind. What's much more important, those owners getting Gary back up and running. I think you're definitely right there. Yeah, there you go. Georgie sending those to Dawn and Gary as well. It's been, I mean, we're going on about what year's been like for us. What year's been like for Dawn and Gary though as well.
Yeah.
You know, they've had a hard year last year as well. So the love goes out to you two as well. But anyway, it's been great to have a catch up with you. I'm glad so many of you come and joined us. I mean, we were sitting here before going, what if we start talking? What we're talking about? No one's here to listen. You know, it's just an empty room. But no, it's great to see some of the old names come up in the chat.
You said old faces.
I did, yeah. I did. What, I stopped myself.
Yeah, just saying the old faces.
Anyway, guys, we will be back. Like I say, we're going to be doing weekly shows. Well, not weekly shows, weekly vlogs going out in the next 5 weeks. And then we're going to do a 6th one to try and rate the parks and stuff like that. Please get involved. Also, please, if you can, you know, please donate to the charity. I'm doing 20. I'm going to be doing a big fitness regime and getting back into fitness and doing 26 miles around Dullswater Lake. It's got the 3rd highest mountain in England on it. What are you laughing for?
I'm not. I'm very proud of you.
I know you are, baby. You just think you're not going to keep this up. I am.
You are.
I am going to keep it up. So yeah, if you can, please do. If you can't, don't, because we don't want you doing any kind of donations that you can't do. You know, I've got a target of 500, which I think is achievable.
And you've put 400.
I've put 499 quid in, so I think it's very achievable. Yeah. All right. Thanks for the update, guys. I'll see you and your family. Thanks, Charlie. No problem. My face is very old.
Oh,
Don't be like that. Hey. So anyway, I'm getting into fitness pizza in my goal. Anyway, guys, honestly, it has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for getting involved tonight.
And thanks for all the support.
And thanks for all the support. And thanks for listening to that hard bit at the start. I know I probably stopped a little bit in between because it was a little bit tough for me, but it was good to be able to talk to you guys and you know, explain just what's been going on, you know. But anyway, come back in 6 weeks. Watch them vlogs. Come back in 6 weeks and we'll do this again. All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.